Now, say to all, few points from my Acharyaji's pravachan. Acharyaji was sharing his experience on tapasya, etc. He was talking about the dhyana avastha. So, my Acharya was telling that whatever you are doing for the last so many years is not dhyan. It is not real dhyan. You're all doing, you're all trying to do dhyan. You're not doing dhyan. Dhyan avastha comes after several years of tapasya. And in Dhyan Avastha, Mahacharya was telling that the yogi, when he sits in meditation, he sits in Dhyan, he knows that he exists in the body, he is Jivatma, and he knows that he is doing Dhyan of Paramatma. He understands Paramatma, he understands that he exists in his body, and he is sitting in a place and focusing on Paramatma. This is Dhyan Avastha. In Dhyan Avastha, Mahacharya was telling the yogi will not remember anything else. The yogi will completely focus on Paramatma, and yogi will know that he is Jivatma. This stage is called as Dhyanavastha. So, whatever you are doing, Acharya was telling that you are doing daily Nam Smaran, you are doing name jap and Dhyan, etc. It is not real Dhyan. It is Dhyan ki koshish. It is the you are trying to do Dhyan, you are trying to do meditation. So, when the Dhyana Avastha happens, the yogi completely focus on Paramatma continuously for several months, years. He continuously focuses on Paramatma, and one stage will come, and one stage comes in his life where the yogi, in that stage, he will forget that he is Jivatma. He will completely forget that he is Jivatma, he is living in his body, this is his body. He will forget everything in that stage, and in that stage he will realize Paramatma, and he will actually experience himself as Paramatma. The Jivatma experiences itself as Paramatma. That is the Samadhi stage. So my Acharya was telling that in this stage of Samadhi, when a yogi attains this stage, at this stage the yogi utters the word Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, without, because the yogi thinks that he is Paramatma. Because the Jivatma has completely forgotten itself, the Jivatma has completely forgotten the surroundings, the Jivatma has completely forgotten the body, the Jivatma has completely forgotten that he is breathing also. Everything, the body becomes dead. So at that stage, the Jivatma realizes Paramatma and forgets itself, and that stage the yogi utters the word Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi means the yogi understands himself to be Paramatma. And my Acharya told after several days of Samadhi stage, like the yogi will be in Samadhi stage for several days. When he attains Samadhi, then that stage, when he comes out of that stage, then he realizes, no, I am not Paramatma, I am Jivatma, I have realized Paramatma. So Aham Brahma Asmi, the real meaning is known only to a real yogi, not to the present Vedantis. The present Vedantis, Advaitavadis does not know anything about Aham Brahmasmi. Only an experienced yogi who has realized Paramatma knows what is Aham Brahmasmi. My Acharya was telling yesterday. And also my Acharya was telling when he attained Samadhi in 1979, after several months of, in that stage, Acharya told that I left eating, I left drinking water also. I did not eat for several days, did not drink water for several days, did not sleep for several days. I was in Brahma Avastha, Paramananda Avastha. So after some months, I asked my disciples to take me to my Acharya's Gufa in Rishikesh. So my Acharya went to his Acharya's Gufa in Rishikesh. So before reaching the Rishikesh cave, you have to, my Acharya lives in a mountain. So before reaching, so my Acharya stayed in ashram in the, river banks in Ganga. So that is Munishra Nanda Acharya, his ashram. So my Acharya always used to stay there whenever, in the night he used to stay there, and next day morning he goes there. So when that Munishanand he saw my Acharya was not eating for several days, was not drinking water also for several days. So he was so weak by body. Like Acharya was telling that I was making sound, like that I was making sound when I was walking because my body is so weak. So when he saw me, he asked my disciples, "What happened to your Acharya? Is he so sick? He is unable to walk also?" He asked. But I was having complete Parabrahma Shakti inside me. So in my mind, I was chanting that, I was telling this statement that, I'm not sick. I'm in Brahma Avastha. When you will realize Parabrahma, you will also understand what state I am in. So my Acharya was telling that I was telling in my mind. I did not tell to him. Then I stayed there, and next day morning I went to see my Acharya. So that is a Parabrahma Avastha where the body, eating stops, drinking water stops, sleeping stops. The body become completely like suk jata hai. Body will become skeleton. There is no skin in the body, complete skeleton, no power in the body even to walk. But the yogi is in Brahma Avastha, Paripurna Anand. He does not have sadness. So the Munishranand was asking that your Acharya is sad. What happened? Is he bimar? Is he having disease? It's not a appearance, by external appearance. It seems that the person is so weak and in sad. He is very sad. He is in pain. He is in suffering. But reality of that yogi is he is in Parabrahma stage. So my Acharya was sharing that experience yesterday. It was very nice to listen to him. Then also my Acharya told that I have done several Shastrat in my life. Shastrat means, discussing about Paramatma, existence of Paramatma, proving that Paramatma is the real truth, proving that Vedas are the real truth. So my Acharya told that I used to go to a place called as Aligarh, in a gaon, in a village in Aligarh. So there one person used to live. He is a atheist. He always condemns any religion, so he always used to taunt any sadhu, sannyasis, rishis. So when he saw me, he also made bad remarks about me and God, etc. Then my disciples, they were all pilwan. Even I was, when in my young stage I was a bodybuilder. So my disciples started, went to, they were getting ready to beat him. And I said, no, 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 don't beat him. Then my Acharya told that, okay, you are right, Baba. That person is an old person. So my Acharya told, Baba, you are right. But tell me then, who is Paramatma, or why there is no Paramatma? Tell me. So my Acharya ji had Shastrat with him for several days. So then finally he accepted that Paramatma exists. I can understand from you, because he told my Acharya that whenever there are so many sadhu sannyasis who have visited this gaon, this village, only 5 minutes there used to be Shastrat. He was telling, only in 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the sannyasi will start taking his slipper to beat me. I also take my slipper to beat him. So in 5 minutes Shastrat is over. Only with you it has gone several days. Now I have accepted that Paramatma exists. Karke he got satisfied, my Acharya was telling. And my Acharya told that Kushwant Singh also finally accepted that only Yol ke Swamiji, but the Swamiji who lives in Yol, in Ved Mandir, only he was able to convince me about the existence of Paramatma. Nobody else could convince me about the existence of Paramatma. Only Yol Swamiji could convince me finally. He has written in one of the newspaper, my Acharya told. So that was very wonderful experience my Acharya was sharing. And also my Acharya told that we must understand Srishti Rachana. One who does not understand Srishti Rachana, how this universe gets created, can never become a sadhu, can never become a rishi, can never become a saint, can never become a muni tapasvi. The Srishti Rachana is so important knowledge for all of us to understand how God creates this universe. And once we understand the Srishti Rachana, we can understand Jad, and we can understand Chetan, and we can also understand why God creates the universe. What is the purpose of my life? Why I have taken this human body? When you have a strong question within yourself that why you have taken the human body, why you have taken birth. When you have this kind of question within you, then you will start searching the Paramatma. So you must understand the Srishti Rachana, Sharir Rachana. God has given you the prana system, breathing system. You must understand why God has given to you, what is karma. So Acharya told many small things that rachana क्यों हुआ है, कैसा हुआ रचना. All these questions you must understand from the Vedas. Come to Acharya and listen these tattvas. And also understanding the universe creation itself is a very anandwala, anand experience. My Acharya told that when you understand the universe creation, you will get into ananda, you will get bliss inside you, you will get satisfaction inside you, you will get submissive in front of Paramatma, my Acharya was telling. And also my Acharya told, you are Jivatma and Man Buddhi, everything, whatever you possess, your mind, your Buddhi, your intellect, your body, your nervous system, everything is made from Prakriti. You are not made from Prakriti. And yesterday one of my Acharya's disciple also asked that, see Acharya ji, I went to, I normally visit Arya Samaj. So one question always comes to me is that, like he showed one, he showed one object and he said that this object is made from something and there is a creator to make this object. So the question always that comes to me whenever I visit Arya Samaj or some people come to Arya Samaj and ask me is, if everything has to be created, who created Paramatma, Prakriti and Jivatma? So I was unable to, at least Paramatma I could understand, I can answer, but Prakriti I am unable to understand. That the disciple was asking to my Acharya, I am unable to understand why Prakriti is uncreated, why Prakriti is Swayambhu. So my Acharya explained that from Sankhya Darshan also, that when you go to the basics, for example, you take a plastic and then you go to basics. This is made from what, this is made from what, this is made from what. You go into analysis, deeper analysis, then you will go to proton, electron, neutron, then vibration, string, whatever it is. At one stage you have to come to something beyond which you cannot cut it. That is the state of Prakriti. That is the suksham tattva, most suksham tattva. And that state, that is the mool tattva from which this universe got created. There is a Sankhya Sutra also. Mule mula bhava tamulam moolam. The root, there is no root of a root. Prakritika, there is nothing which is made. Prakriti is not made from anything because there is nothing which can be finer than Prakriti. So, and you cannot go into zero because from nothing something cannot get created. There has to be something, and that something, from that something can get created. So that something which is in the final mool stage is called as Prakriti. So Prakriti is also Swayambhu, and that's what God explains in Rigveda 10th Mandal. God explains that there is a Jad Tattva, there is a Prakriti from which this universe gets created by Paramatma. Jivatma cannot convert Prakriti into universe, but because Jivatma does not have capabilities, but Paramatma has the capability, Paramatma has the knowledge. So Paramatma, with his knowledge and capability, he can convert. Like you have a clay in the hand, you can convert the clay into pot because you have the knowledge and you know how to do it. Similarly, Paramatma converted the Prakriti into this universe. So Prakriti is also Swayambhu, that is the Vedic Dharma that we must understand. My Acharya was explaining. And also my Acharya was telling that yoga abhyas, when you do everyday yoga abhyas, when you do at least 4 or 5 asanas, and when you do pranayama, everyday neem jap, slowly your buddhi will get shuddha. And shuddha buddhi, when your buddhi gets shuddha, you will be able to, at one stage you will be able to realize Paramatma. So shuddha buddhi is the most important thing in our life. And Sri Krishna also told to Arjuna that abhyas ke dwara, you must do abhyas, everyday abhyas. And the statement is meri icha karo. Sri Krishna says that you must desire for me. Sri Krishna says to Arjun that you must desire for me. But my Acharya told, see, nobody else has been able to understand the statement that meri icha karo. What is meant by meri icha karo? Sri Krishna is not there today. So my Acharya then explained about the samadhi state, etc. So in a samadhi state, And my Acharya also told his personal experience. When a yogi is in samadhi state, whatever he speaks, they are so divine. He speaks so many. My Acharya told, I spoke so many knowledge when I attained to samadhi, that everything is direct from Paramatma. At that state, Meri Icha Karo, the word uttered by a rishi, Meri Icha Karo, does not mean that he desire for Sri Krishna, does not mean that worship Sri Krishna. That means that desire for Paramatma. Agnimide Purohitam. The first mantra of Vedas says Agnimide Purohitam. Agni means Paramatma, not the Bhautik Agni in this mantra. So desire, Ide means desire, desire for Paramatma. Same thing Sri Krishna also says. And Sri Krishna told to Arjuna, Yogo bhavati dukkha. You can escape dukkha only by yoga sadhana, only by Ved Vidya. You can never escape dukkha. Dukkha will keep on, torturing us. It will keep on coming, following us. The only way a person can escape dukkha is by following the yoga path. You remember my video, some I think 2 months back I made a video from Nyaya Darshan, Gautam Rishi. Gautam Rishi beautifully says, अगर दुख से छूटना है तो सिर्फ एक ही काम करना है. If you want to escape दुख, only one thing you must do. What? Don't take birth. If you take birth, dukkha will come continuously follow you. You must not take birth. Then there is no dukkha. So same thing by yoga abhyas, yoga bhavati dukkha. You can by adopting the yogic path, you can cross over the dukkha. That's what Sri Krishna says. So Sri Krishna is not Paramatma. Sri Krishna is a yogi. So you must understand who is a yogi, how he lives, how he talks, how he speaks, how he sleeps. Arjuna asked the same questions in second chapter to sorry, the power has gone here. It's early morning, so it's little dark. I'll try to open the window. Yeah, now it's so. So Arjuna asked the same questions. How does a yogi talk? How does he walk? How does he sleep? How does he eat? Then Sri Krishna answers that he does the same thing as you do. You are also doing the same thing. He will also do the same thing. But the only difference between you and the yogi is Atmaneva Atmani Tushtaha. He is self-satisfied with his Atma. He does not require any satisfaction from external means. He does not require any praise or stuti or somebody has to give him, something, etc., etc. He does not have any requirement from outside. He is always satisfied with his own Atma. That is the state of yogi. My Acharya was telling. This he told 2 days back. So yesterday, then further, my Acharya told about Paramatma. He told lot of things about Paramatma, Bhutam cha Bhavyam, Yascha Atitishtati, one who exists in the Bhutkal, in Bhavishyakal, one who is present now. Tasme Jeshtaya Brahmane Namaha. We must worship that Jeshta Purush Brahmana Parabrahma, who exists in past, present, future, who is always adorable, who is always worshipable, who is always Shuddh, who is always away from avidya. We must worship that Parabrahma, and that Parabrahma is Sabka Drishta hai. He is called as Kavihi in the Vedas. Kavi means Krantadarshi, one who witnesses the Pralaya stage, one who understands what is Pralaya, one who understands what is creation, one who is able to do Pralaya, one who is able to destroy the universe, one who is able to create the universe, and one who sees and witnesses everything in this universe. That is Drishta Paramatma. Tasmai Jeshtaya Brahmane Namaha. We must worship that Paramatma. And also my Acharya told a lot of things about Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati's life. Maharshi did a lot of Shastrat with many people. And also Maharshi, one Shastrat happened, Maharshi and one idol worshipper. Finally that person lost to Maharshi. And after that, that person told Maharshi, I accept that this Shivlinga is not Paramatma, I accept it. But unfortunately, my business has to go on. If I have to leave this idol worship and follow you, my family will die. So I have to continue this. I'm sorry. So my Acharya told, see, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati won all the Shastrat. Nobody could defeat him because of his Vedic knowledge. Then my Acharya told about Sabse Pehle, when you wake up in the morning, Sabse Pehle, When you do any activity, sabse pehle, before doing any activity, before starting any karma, even before starting farming, खेती करने से पहले, before starting your business, before starting your work, before starting any activity, we must worship Paramatma. That's the reason Paramatma made the first mantra as Agnimide. ईश्वर की पूजा स्तुति उपासना इच्छा करना चाहिए. We must worship the Paramatma सबसे पहले. Early in the morning when you wake up, first and foremost thing is don't do anything else. Just chant Gayatri Mantra and remember Paramatma, then get freshen up and come back and then do Neem Jap, do Gayatri Mantra Jap. So this is what my Acharya told, that sabse pehle ye, this is the order of Paramatma in a way in the Vedas, that hukum hai, Paramatma ka hukum hai, sabse pehle Paramatma we must remember. And my Acharya told a lot of things about his Samadhi Avastha from Rigveda also. In Rigveda, there are a description of Samadhi Avastha of a yogi. And my Acharya also made one bhajan some years back on the request of Arya Samajis, that what happens in Samadhi. So my Acharya made one bhajan, Yogi Mand Mand. You can see that video in also YouTube, that bhajan in YouTube. So my Acharya explained that at the stage of Samadhi, the body will automatically lift in the air. The yogi possesses such a strength or such a capability the yogi will possess, that when he attains the Samadhi, his body will fly in the air. And he dances also. Dance does not mean the dance what we see of so-called yogis in the YouTube. The dance is a divine dance, because he is in Parama Ananda and nobody can see that dance. He does not dance in front of anybody. He dances in that, like, no, in jungle nobody is there. He is in Ekant Avastha and he is in Samadhi Avastha. There is a Nritya word comes in Rigveda. So yogi dances in his Parama Ananda stage, and that stage nobody can see. Only Ishwar knows it and yogi knows it. Second person cannot see that dance. That's the stage of, my Acharya told, these are all my experience also. Whatever is written in Rigveda, I experienced. My body lifted in the air, and I also used to do when I was in intense samadhi. After samadhi, intense tapasya I did in Jammu and Kashmir area, in the jungle forest. I used to dance in Parama Anand. कोई भी नहीं है. I don't need khana. I mean, I just need very few little bit of rice or something, very few khana, nothing I needed. I was always in Brahma Avastha, my Acharya was telling. And unfortunately, always my Acharya used to tell this statement, unfortunately I am in midst of people like you, and so यहाँ पर yogi avastha, I have to control the avastha. यहाँ पर I cannot be free like I am in the jungle. But in midst of you people, I have to be like a normal person. But in the jungle, nobody can stop a yogi. So my Acharya sang that bhajan yesterday, Yogi Mand Mand. And also when a yogi attains a samadhi, he smiles. The smile is so divine. And when somebody sees the smile of the yogi, when somebody listens to the talk of the yogi, this I have also listened from some of my Acharya's disciples who have seen that samadhi stage. They used to say that when Acharya speaks, like, when he used to listen Acharya speaking only, that the disciple will close the eyes and then he will be in Anand. Means such a sweet talk, divine talk. And then when somebody sees his Acharya smiling also, is so divine. The eyes are closed, the Acharya smiles, and then there are so many different mudras happens in his body. Everything, some of the disciples have witnessed when my Acharya attained a samadhi in 1979. So my Acharya sang that song and then told that, see, yogi stage, attaining the yogi stage should be the aim of human life. So we must all try to attain that stage. But anyway, as my Acharya told in the starting, we have not even attained the stage of dhyana. We are just practicing to go to that stage. It will take years of tapasya, but we must not leave our tapasya. We must not leave the Vedic path. Yesterday I made a video in Tamil. I'll try to make that video in English today, tomorrow. That there is a prayer in the Rigveda mantra that, hey Paramatma, मैं कभी भी Vedic मार्ग से अलग ना हो जाऊं. We should not get out of the Vedic marg. We must always follow the Vedic marg. So that is very important. So we must continue our tapasya and then aim for attaining moksha. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.